Hello and welcome back to my Practice Magic software training. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to conduct a complete peer review from both the RN's perspective and the physician reviewer. Sonobello currently employs a manual process with peer reviews. One of the distinct advantages of the MPM software is that it will automate the peer review process. The peer review forms are electronic and everything is transmitted within the system, and this will make the process much more efficient and the turnaround time will improve significantly. There are 4 steps in the workflow process for peer reviews in the MPM system. The RN is involved in the first step, setting up the peer review and completing their portion of it. The physician reviewer takes the second step, assessing the patient forms associated with the review and completing their portion of it. The review is sent back to the RN in the third step for a final examination of the review, and in the last step, corporate risk management receives the completed review. So let's get started with a peer review. Currently, I'm logged into the system as the RN from Portland. To initiate a peer review, click on the peer review link located in the Initiate Task pane. From there, the physician peer review form opens. All of the fields in the form are either selections or radio buttons, which should make it very easy to complete. In addition, the peer review questions are set as default to DS. You'll only need to change an answer if there's a deficiency in a given category. To begin the peer review, first we need to select a physician reviewer. To do that, click on the magnifying glass icon next to the physician reviewer field. This will open up the physician's search window. The physicians listed here are specific to the clinic. In other words, only the physicians that work in your clinic will show up in this form. Select a physician reviewer by either double-clicking on the physician name or single-click the physician name and click OK. The next field is Review Month. This field will display a calendar picker, but will display the month and year within the field. So if you're creating a peer review for March of this year, you can pick any date within that month. It doesn't matter. March 2015 will appear. Next action date follows. This date will highlight within the physician's task list on their main page. Now, if you set the next action date to the same day as today or prior, or even tomorrow, the date will highlight red. Dates farther out will be highlighted in amber or green depending on how far up the date is. Highlighting dates like this alerts the person they have tasks that are coming due or are due or past due. Now for this one, I'll set the next action date for this review for the following day so that I can show you how this works. The last field we need to select is the patient. Click on the magnifying glass next to the patient field. From there, the patient search form opens. Now, if you watch the videos for incidents, events, and the SI tool, this form should look very familiar. Within the grid below, you'll notice there is no physician field. To select the physician to be reviewed, you'll need to use the search fields, specifically the physician name and procedure date fields. While we're here, let me take a moment and show you how the advanced search features work. To get there, click on the Advanced button. The advanced form allows you to more specifically search within a given field. Using the drop-downs, you can specify how to search. So you can do a starts with, ends with, equals, does not equal, and so forth. So for example, this review I'll set up on Dr. Malin. The procedure dates are already set up for me from the beginning of March to the end of March. And I'm going to use the advanced search, typing M in the physician last name field to look for a procedure that he's completed. And for this particular demo, there is only one procedure for the clinic, and that's for Dr. Malin. Now, it's important to note, only surgeries entered into the surgical information tool will appear here. If it hasn't been entered, it won't be here. So if you're missing a physician who you know has performed a procedure, someone did not enter that procedure. We'll use this one for the peer review. Either double-click the procedure or single-click it and press OK to select it. Once we've selected the patient, the last 5 fields are automatically filled in for us. Patient name, physician being reviewed, patient ID, procedure, and procedure date. Going back to what I said about missing physicians in the search form, how do we handle physicians that have actually had no procedures or only one during the month? The answer, you don't have to. The system handles that through its reporting system. If you'd like to view who those physicians are, however, simply click on the Show Physicians with less than 2 cases this month link found on the left side of the form. Now, here you can check either or both of the boxes to see who the physicians are that have had no procedures or one for the month. In this demonstration video, there's only one surgical procedure entered into the system, so it goes that there's one doctor in the clinic with one procedure, and the rest of the physicians have none. To complete step 1 of the peer review, we'll need to attach patient documents and complete section 1. Use the Attach Files window at the bottom of the form to upload and attach documents to the peer review. To attach a new file, click on the green plus button located at the top right corner of that window. You can only attach one file at a time, so you'll have to do this multiple times for multiple documents. Type in a subject name for the file. I suggest naming it what it is. If it's a surgery note, then surgery note, patient chart, and so forth. Next, click the Browse button and navigate to where that file is located on the workstation you're using, and then click the Open button. The description field is optional. If you want to add one, feel free. When you've finished, click the OK button to add the file to the peer review. As you see in the Attach Files window, the subject created by creation date appear, along with a few other options. You can view the description, preview, and download the document. From here, we continue adding documents until everything has been attached. Alright, I've speeded up the video and attached all the other files. If you accidentally attach something you didn't mean to, you can easily delete it by highlighting the file and clicking on the red X button located on the top right corner of the Attach Files window. So, oops, I didn't mean to attach this, so I'll click on it, and then click the red X, and confirm the deletion. Now, to the left of the Attach Files window is the Comments window. If you'd like to add a comment to the review, click on the green plus button at the top right corner of the window. Type your comment into the comment box and click OK to add the comment. Now once the comment is added, the comments window displays the first part of the comment in the notes section, a creation date, and if you want to see the entire comment, click on the clipboard icon located to the right. And of course that's read only. Great. Step 1 is by and large finished. The RN only needs to complete section 1 of the review. Since everything is defaulted to yes, and for this portion of the review we'll say there are no deficiencies, we'll go ahead and send it along to step 2 in the physician reviewer. To submit the review to the physician reviewer, click the envelope icon submit button located at the top of the form. Now, if you want to cancel and not save the review, click the green arrow icon cancel button. Time to send this review though, and we're going to move it on to Dr. Sobel. and we'll get a verification. Do we want to submit the report? Click on the green check mark to submit it. And once the review is sent, we'll return to our main screen and task list. Now I've logged in as Dr. Sobel, and we'll go through the peer review process as the physician. As you can see, the peer review is showing in his task list, and the next action date is highlighted amber. As you recall, I set the next action date tomorrow. Again, this color coding helps in alerting you to tasks and how close their due date is. In the column next to the action date, we can see that the peer review is at step 2, the physician reviewer step. On to the peer review. To open it, press the select button next to the review task. The physician peer review will then open. All the fields at the top of the form are the same as the ones we selected when we created the review. And as you can see, section 1, the RN's portion, shows how each category was answered, but it's read-only. The physician can't change any of the RN's answers. Likewise for the RN. Once the physician completes his portion and sends it back, the RN cannot change any of the physician's answers. For the physician, the files that have been attached can be reviewed with the software itself. Next to each file is an eye icon preview button. To look over the file without having to download it, click on the icon. And this will open up an expandable preview screen. You can increase the size of it by dragging the corners. And you can move through the document by clicking on the forward and back arrows at the top of the screen. And this will move you through the pages of the document. You can also magnify the screen so you can see the document closer. Use the plus button and the minus button to magnify it closer and further away. And to close the preview screen, click on the X button on the top right corner. After reviewing the attached files, the physician will finish step 2 of the process by filling out their portion of the review, sections 2, 3, and 4. And those are accessed using the scroll bar. Now, for this example, we'll say there was one deficiency. And I'll select anything. Which brings me to my next point, deficiencies. With the MPM system, the grading for standard of care is done automatically and does not require the RN or physician to determine it. Simply put, 0 deficiencies equals standard of care met, 1 to 3 deficiencies equals opportunity for improvement, and 4 or more deficiencies equals standard of care not met. Another cool feature of the MPM system, regardless of the grade, the physician being reviewed will receive an automatic email notification letting them know what they received. Okay, step 2. The physician reviews portion is complete. Now it's time to submit it back to the RN so they can finalize the review. To submit the review, click on the envelope icon submit button to send it to the RN. And that, of course, is located at the top of the screen. And once we've submitted it, we are taken back to our main task list screen. For step 3, sign back in as the RN from Portland. As we can see, the peer review now shows up in the RN's task list. And looking at the type, we see that it is indeed at step 3. So let's go ahead and open the peer review. So we're going to click select. And the physician peer review form opens. Section 1, the section the RN fills out, is now editable once more. This is in case something might have been missed and an answer needs to be changed. Below that, sections 2, 3, and 4 are read-only, the physician's portion. At this point, if anything in Section 1 needs to be changed, it can be, and from there the review can be sent to Corporate Risk Management. We'll leave the peer review as is and submit it to Risk Management now. And once again, to do that, we're going to click the envelope submit icon at the top of the form. And we're going to get another verification to make sure that we checked over the peer review and everything is complete and ready to go. We'll click the green check mark and send it along its way. And now the peer review has been submitted and we're taken back to our main screen task list. Finally, to demonstrate the standard of care scoring, the completed peer review is now with Rebecca Roman. And as you recall, we noted one deficiency within the review. We can see the grade for it at the bottom ended up being opportunity for improvement. Please note that Rebecca has the ability to send a peer review back to the RN if she notices something wrong with it. If that happens, make sure you look in the comments section for the reason why. So that does it, peer reviews from A to Z. In upcoming videos, I'll demonstrate other workflow-based operations, such as grievances, setting up 3- and 6-month post-op surveys, and environment of care surveys.